So good afternoon. I am sitting at the office here at Premier Nationwide Lending, and this great guy, Steve.Depoe, is here. Realtor Steve.Depoe. His wife, Rose, also. They work together. So
we're part of the Rose Realty team.
Yeah, Rose
Keller Williams.
Keller Williams. And so, you know, if you ever need, what's great when you have a husband and wife team is that you definitely get both sides of the opinion. The man and the woman's the side of the opinion.
And I'm always wrong, so it really doesn't matter.
Well, and he's always opinionated. So there's that. So what I wanted to visit with Steve about today was the benefit of home inspections. So what we were talking about earlier is that a lot of times you get into markets where people are trying to figure out ways to like cut corners, spend less on certain things. And so one of the most frequent thing that's happened lately is people are like, I'm not going to get a home inspection. And so Steve and I were visiting about that, and why is that a bad idea?
Well, that's a bad idea, Stacy, because we don't, as people, we don't know what's behind the walls. And if we have a home inspector who's a professional, who's licensed in the state of Texas, okay, by the Texas Real Estate Commission, they know the tricks on how to investigate whether the plumbing's in good shape, the electricity's in good shape, heating and air conditioning is standard, the hot water heater, how old it is, and when you're going to need to replace it. So as lay people, we don't understand that.
Sure,
and
why would we? Yeah.
And we want to make sure that the house we're getting is not going to fall apart on week one.
Absolutely. And then the other thing is that I think sometimes people think, well, why do I need a home inspection if it's a new build? Can you speak to that?
Right. So I always encourage my clients on new builds to get a home inspection for two reasons. Number one, to inspect the house and the build to make sure it was done properly. As a matter of fact, I encourage them to get an inspection along the way during the build.
Oh,
and then second, encourage them right before closing, so you have like sort of a baseline of what the house, about the issues that may be with the house, and that you also have a baseline to understand what we have moving forward. And then I suggest to them that they do another inspection 11 months after purchase, because usually that's when the warranty runs out, so that they can do an inspection and say, okay, now I need these 10 things fixed.
Oh, that's great. Okay. So I know that I had this happen with a new build customer of mine. They did not do an inspection, and they purchased the home, and then they went to order like Wi-Fi, and then that was when they discovered that the house did not have proper wiring.
Sure.
So that was kind of scary. I had another situation where they were, cajoled the realtor, like really get this inspection. And then they realized that it was a new build, and they realized that they hadn't sprayed the insulation.
Ah, okay.
So it's a little minor thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a little thing. Insulation's a little thing.
Yeah.
Right.
But important,
Yeah.
And
well, all of us, let's face it, I know I don't want to crawl up in the attic to make sure that somebody sprayed the insulation, or that the pipes are fastened properly, or that the electrical wires are out of the way. And that's what the inspector's supposed to do. He's supposed to make sure that the house is top notch when you get it, so you're not going to have those issues.
Yeah, and top notch doesn't necessarily have to mean brand new and perfect, but at least you are aware of anything that is major, and so that you can ask for the seller to fix it. Mm-hmm. And nowadays we're getting into that situation where we're having seller contribution and assistance to help with certain repairs.
Right.
So
prior to maybe the last 6 or 8 months, sellers really weren't willing to do anything, because maybe they were getting multiple offers, mm-hmm. right? And there's a lot of buyers who passed on the home inspection and regret it today.
Yeah.
But today, everybody is trying to cooperate, get along, and fix those problems with the house before closing, so that the buyer's happy.
That's great. Well, Rose and Steve.Depoe will take great care of you in your buying needs with the Rose Realty Group. And also, you live in Ropes and Ranch.
We live out of Ropes and Ranch in Denton, yep.
Yeah, so if you are, interested in that neck of the woods, he loves it there. You guys love it there.
Yeah, golf every day.
No, because he's working every day.
The opportunity to play golf.
Yeah, the opportunity. He hasn't invited me, but I would like to play, so, Anyway, we appreciate you coming by, and I love that he came by the Premier Nationwide Lending office here in Flower Mound, and he brought us TIF treats, so our diets are now ruined, so thank you for that.
Well, I'm glad I could help.
There you go. Give Steve a call. Thank you for your time.
See ya.